Hello, my name is Andreas. Welcome back for another episode of Beginner Friendly Germany in Heart of Iron 3. And in previous episode we managed to fly through the time to get into a war against Poland. Actually, before we're going to unpause, because we've done all the preparations for the attacks over here in the previous episode. Although, actually, there's one thing that I should do is send this out to do some naval strikes over here on a daily basis. That's going to be continuous for the time being. Once we get France, will send it to Brest and it's going to start doing convoy raiding over here. And basically sink as many convoys as possible, because that's going to be bad for them. Not entirely sure if those convoys sank will actually impact their unity. I know that the ones that use sink with submarines are. Let's slow down to speed 3. And now let's see, the attacks are going to be done really quickly. And generally speaking, I'm pretty sure that they'll go fairly well. We've got an air combat down here, they've got some fighters intercepting us. But we are also bombing the... Oh, there's headquarters in there, okay. That's not necessarily the most juiciest target that I was seeing, but that's alright. How about you start attacking there now that we got the air support in there as well? I think we'll be able to do quite fine. So in the combat, you can see like there's the commanding officers. It's usually the division that is the first on the list whose commander is leading it, because they are usually the first ones in there. Then there's the tactic. There's an icon and then there's the name above. And if you hover over it, you can see what the tactic means. And if you're like, there's always some counter to a tactic. And not every tactic is a counter to something else, but like to every tactic there is a counter. And if the enemy is using the counter tactic to your tactic, then your tactics bonuses will not be factored in, but their tactics will. So it's basically negating a lot of the bonuses. For example, the breakthrough over here gives us a lot more speed and damage, and it reduces the damage done by the defenders. But then they also have their tactic, which is going to give them a little bit damage and reduce our damage a little bit, and also reduce our speed a little bit. But currently the breakthrough is still giving a bit more bonuses for us than it is going to give for them. So we are going to have the bonus there. Then there's a various modifiers here like leader skill. It's just a list of things that will affect there. The experience, territorial pride, fort modifier, combined arms, terrain, and night modifier. So it's currently night time, which means that there is a penalty for the combat there, which is about minus 50% right now. There are ways to reduce that, if I remember correctly, in... night fighting equipment is going to increase the night attack for infantry a little bit. It's not going to be a massive increase, but it is going to be an increase. And we still have... Oh, right, that's something that we forgot to do. We got a lot of trades going out, so we need to cancel everything that is not in Europe, basically, because otherwise our convoys are going to get sank like crazy, and I'd rather not have that happen. Let's see, Turkey, anything that we are importing other than money, we need to cancel. So there's one in Turkey, the Siam trade deal, so we need to cancel. And you can see the convoys down here, and you can already see that we got quite a few of them. So we got plenty of work to do here. We are importing some fuel, among other things. We're also going to have to cancel the AI control of the trade, because otherwise it's going to redo these trade routes, and then you're going to lose all your convoys. So as a Germany, only use the automated trades until the war starts, or just before the war starts. Because otherwise you're going to be very annoyed at the AI. Right, so let's go to diplomacy and untick that one. So there's actually a trade from Netherlands. They are willing to sell me some rare materials. I'll take that. Of course, I will at some point attack Netherlands as well, but right now it should be fine. Now, one other thing that I could do right now is attack into Denmark as well, but we're going to focus on the Polish campaign first. It shouldn't take too long. Japan is mobilizing. Oh, and we got a lot more production now that the industrial, or the IC actually spying out from the laws that we switched. So we have plenty there. We got quite a bit of extra upgrades now. I think what we're going to need is a lot more infantry. So we're going to do another... I mean, we already got quite a few in there. We're going to do another 2 serial run of these. For all the various things. So we'll do that. That. And then another 2. So anti-air and armored car. Again, that is not necessarily the most optimal way, but I like to have a bit of variance in the divisions that I have, so there's some divisions that are going to behave or perform much better in other locations. And now that we won that battle, we're going to send these 2 in, so that once they get in there, they can immediately continue And actually what they're going to do is probably take Torun as soon as possible, trying to cut up the Polish front here as much as possible so we can destroy all the divisions, because units that are encircled will have nowhere to retreat and thus are destroyed if you can win the combat. Or if they run out of organization in the combat as well, that also works. There we go, so we're pushing through there. We won a battle over there in the east. So that one's under attack right now. I'm not entirely sure how long that's going to take. You're going to move in there because we've got infantry moving in here to guard that. So we're going to just cut off the Poznan over here completely. And you can... Well, there's not going to be much in there, is there? I'm going to wait until the tank is actually in there before we start moving the infantry. But then we can basically destroy that pocket rather nicely. We've got some troops over here that should be moving in there, actually. Just infantry, though. But the SS and the motorized are going to start moving down. I'm going to move you over there, actually. Just to spread them out a little bit. And the tank should be arriving here soon. We already cut off, or pushed the enemy off from Danzig, so that's going to be quite nice. As soon as we get that fully... Do we have two divisions? No, we got the planes up there, and then we got the Moldarians infantry division here. That's actually something that we'll need to do at one point or another. We need to kind of redo the... You should probably give some support attack on Katowice down there, and these two can start moving forward, because the enemy is retreating from the border there. Then I'm going to send the tank through. We're going to move across there. I suppose you can start moving up there already. You can take Konin, and looks like we actually have some battles down here. Oh yeah, we do. It's an infantry division. It's not particularly great. And yes, we cut off Danzig. Now that they were already retreating, but once we got there, then that kind of stops their movement, and therefore we are going to have to fight them again. But now that we get them surrounded, there's not going to be anything for them to retreat to, which is going to help a long way. Right, you can probably just keep on moving there, can't you? You move there, you can take out... Oh no, you were defending. There we go, now you don't have an order. You can move in there, take out lots. There's only headquarters in there, so it's going to be very easy to push through. So far, so good. These two can start attacking that. The tanks can keep on moving. Basically, we're going to try to overrun as much of the enemy as possible. We're going to have to start moving the tank corps actually forward, because that is something that is going to be a problem very soon. This one can still probably stay where it is. Right, so the tank is moving there. We're going to take that one. Yeah, actually, let's just move in there. So how you can move down south, and then you should probably give a support attack over there again. The tank can start moving further south. Looks like it's going fairly well. You can get into Chemno, and you can keep on moving. We destroyed the garrison in Poznan already. Or well, it wasn't garrison division, but the troops in Poznan have been destroyed now. They're trying to retreat over there. So I suppose if I move in there first, that's not going to be a problem. Then you can move next to Warsaw already. And we've taken a little bit, we haven't really taken this one yet. How about you give a bit of a support attack on Danzig? So in battle, when you bring in more troops, there's every hour there's a chance for the troops to get into the combat. And depending on various situations, or various things like the skill of the commanders and technologies and that sort of stuff, you can increase the reinforcement charge. But it starts fairly low. So you kind of need to take that into account, that the divisions won't be in the combat immediately. Right, so fighting there. You can move in closer as well. Right, so is there... We're taking one, then once we take Danzig, and yeah, Krakow is going to be a problem in here. But we can start moving these closer. You can take out that one. You guys are doing alright. How about you actually start moving down there? We won the battle in Danzig now. They are going to try to retreat over there. Well, how about you move in there? It's going to be rather slow now that the supplies haven't quite caught up yet. Okay, we won the battle in Katowice. You can start moving forward. You have taken a fair bit of organization loss there, but we are pushing them back quite quickly now. Trying to take Krakow as quickly as possible. Then in Warsaw, there's a little bit of troops in there, but not too many. I think we can manage this. So you start attacking there. Oh, right, you're defending still. You can start attacking there on the other hand. And you attack there. How about you go here? Italy is mobilizing, Denmark is mobilizing. Could know we've won the combat there. You can move in there, you can start attacking Warsaw. So what do we have there? There's a cavalry division, and then they've got headquarters there. So that shouldn't really be a problem, especially if we get the tanks in there. The tanks are not very good in cities, which Warsaw is, or urban terrain. But it will do. How about you go across there? You can give a support attack on that one. So the difference between attack and support attack is that after the combat is over in support attack, the units won't move in there. Which can be really good in trying to dislodge an enemy, but at the same time... Oh, and we got the Polish corridor now, so naval organization goes up and supply throughput goes up a little bit. Not massively, but it's still a little... like, it is still useful. Now, mobile warfare advanced, we got a faster headquarters, breakthrough is much more likely to happen, and massive breakthrough is also a bit more likely to happen. We got the spearhead thing now unlocked, which I'm actually put into the research queue. It's a bit ahead of time, actually quite a bit ahead, well, a year ahead of time. But it was going to reduce the width of the divisions, because if we have a look at combat here, the amount of frontline units, which is mostly like tanks and infantry, basically, affects how wide the division is. And there's some tanks that will lower the width, but the tanks start as 2 width, and then the infantry is 1 width, basically. And there is a width over here, so it's 10 right now on this combat, and if you attack from multiple sides, that increases it by 5 per side, or 5 per each province that you're attacking from. So I suppose the base is 5 plus 5 for each direction you're attacking from, so if you're attacking from one province, it's 10, basically. But yeah, that's happening. We won the battle in modeling. You should probably move back there. We caught those in there. You guys can probably attack that one. And attack that one. So battle in Torun, there's 3 divisions defending and only 1 actually in the combat yet. So we're just waiting for these for right now to attack there. The tank hasn't actually arrived into the combat on Warsaw. But I believe... yeah, no, we do need to check Krakow. We can probably get you in there, though. Oh, well, we can get you in Krakow. Which is going to be quite good. So when are you arriving there? 12th of May? I was hoping to get a little bit sooner there. You can start moving there. I mean, you still need to wait until the delay is over before the unit will actually start moving. But you can give orders for the units already. Even if they still have the delay, we're going to reduce the reinforcement a little bit. Doesn't look like there's been any strategic bombardment on us quite yet, which is really nice. Right, so how's the battle? They did get another division there, but it's basically out of organization because it was just in combat there and it retreated. So it was basically spent, and it won't have time to reorganize. And there we go, we got Warsaw. Is that enough? Not quite, so we do need to take our Krakow. And when are you getting there? Also 12th of May, okay. You might get there sooner. Okay, you're going to be there on 11, so yes. We're going to get that, and then Poland is going to surrender. Then we're going to start shuffling around the tanks and maybe some infantry. Or maybe not, but we'll need to shuffle a lot of troops into west for the attack on Benelux, and then going around the Maginot and taking Paris. But yeah, this is going to allow us to get the annexation done by the 12th of May. Not the fastest speed that I've done the campaign in Poland, but it's still pretty decent. Like, it's faster than historical, but it's just a game. There we go. So we took the course and we conquered. Now Poland is going to be a thing for a little while here. Now what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to move you down to Labia, and we're going to start moving some of these troops over there to the border. I know where the border is going to be, so I'm just going to start setting up the troops on the area so that they are not going to be on the Soviet side, because we are going to give the Soviets their thing, or their part of the deal. And then you, and get over here. So we got that covered. We can have this one take these 4 provinces, so we'll send you there and cancel 2 of those, then 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and you go down there. So we'll have that bit of border covered, then let's see. We've got another core of infantry down here. So we'll send you down to... Oh, hold on. Brest Litovsk is going to be on the enemy side, so we can go into Lukov. I like to have one division in reserve in these, just because it gives me a bit of more flexibility. I'm going to reduce, or leave 2 divisions there, and then 1 over there. So that's that one taken care of. The tanks, we're going to start moving to Trier. And let's see, we've got another core of infantry down here, so you are... Hold on, we've got that covered. So it's going to be down here, isn't it? Yes. I'm going to get to the airfield. Okay, 1 in there. We're going to have 2 in that corner there. So these kind of troop... Hold on a minute. No, is that... I don't remember. Is it here or here? Well, if it's down there, then we're going to move that. But there's going to be like a couple days before they demand the area there. And then this one's going to be over here. Taking care of this border, or this bit of border here. So we'll have 2 in that corner. 1 in there. And you in there. And then the other tank corps is going to start moving down towards... I suppose I'll put you in Duran. Actually, no, I'll put the headquarters in Bonn. Eventually we'll shuffle around. I just want to have them in slightly different locations right now. And where's the... Oh, right, there's the Panzer Army. So I'm going to move this one into Dortmund. You can be assigned under the 3rd, or the Panzer Army now, and then... Panzer Army, you're going to be assigned to the Heeresgruppe B now. Right, I think that's all of those done. We're going to move this into... Honestly, we're going to move it into Cologne. So that's dealt with. It's whenever you move an air unit, it's going to reduce a fair bit of the organization. But now we're going to put this at air intercept both day and night. And basically, I just want to take care of this area here. Because there's a lot of industry in here, we need to defend that. And having a lot of fighters there will certainly help with that. Right, did we have another core of infantry that we were going to move? Well, this one, we're going to move back down to the southern border. Or the border with Yugoslavia. Now, we are still fighting alone against the Allies. Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. I will honor the pact. So, Soviet Union will like us a bit more. And yes, we do have some troops in there, so... No, it is actually there. Okay, so I did check or set the border correctly then. So the troops are going to be going where they need to go. But we have now some troops in the Soviet side of things, which is slightly problematic, but I think we'll be fine. We could get another tank over there. We got armored car, actually. We only have 4 divisions in that corps, didn't we? Also, do we have another corps? No, actually, we supply all the corps already. Okay. We'll put you there then, and that corps is going to get a new division. Oh, but that was still a reserve unit. Okay, so that's going to be a bit of an issue then, well, with all these divisions that we're currently making. But we've got plenty of IC to use. Right, we haven't unlocked the paratroopers quite yet, so we can't really do much with those. We could get some more submarines, quite frankly. Just going to get another 6 of them. Because we are going to need quite a few to deal enough damage on the enemy shipping. So that is going to take some time. We've got a little bit extra in production still. Oh, we do. Okay, well. What else do we need? Well, I could start doing... Hold on, is the multi-role... They got a range of 400, so it's actually longer than the interceptors. The close air support has only 200. Oh. So the multi-role would actually have the same range as the naval bombers. Interesting. Do they have... The surface detection is 1. It's not great, but not terrible. Air defense is alright for that. It's actually the highest that we have right now. Surface defense... It's, okay. No strategic attack. It does have some air attack. Almost as good as interceptors in that regard. It does have some sea attack. And some heart attack and soft attack. So what I could do is I could have like a... 1 set of multi-rolls and 3 naval bombers, for example, per wing. And that would give them, you know, a little bit of survivability against enemy planes if need be. But they do have the same range right now. That might not be sticking around for all that long, to be fair. Ooh, actually, one thing that I didn't do in this run is getting up some military police divisions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some cavalry, because the cavalry does have a decent bit of suppression. Actually, it's about the same as the infantry, but it is faster. And the military police is also... Oh, actually, military police is going to be slowing us down. So it doesn't really matter that much. Another thing that I could do... Well, no, I'm going to use cavalry just so that it's easy to see for us. So we're going to do 5 serial and 2 parallel. So we'll have 10 of these. We're going to have 5 in Poland and 5 in France to do some policing, basically. That's all. It is going to take quite some while. We're going to have to we'll need to build some of those for places like Sweden as well, because we are going to be conquering Sweden. Mostly because there's a lot of metals there. Right, so I think we got the troops over here already. I think what we're going to do is we are going to declare war on Denmark. We're going to do limited war just because we don't want to bring in Italy and Japan and Hungary and all the other Axis members into the war. So the difference between war and limited war is that limited war only is you against whoever you declare war on, which, well, since we are already at war with the Allies, they are going to join into the Allies. So that's a bit of a bummer, but at the same time, yeah, like, it's going to be only us. We're going to do the Conqueror Casus Belli, and, yeah, do that. So Denmark is now in the Allies, so is Poland. Right, but we got some troops over here that we can start moving north. All of these can start moving north. I'm going to send out some submarines down here. We're going to bring in the close air support from here to Kiel. I was going to say Lübeck, but no, Kiel is the one that we want to take them into. Then we have some tactical bombers over here. I'm going to bring them to Frankfurt. And then we have another set of tactical bombers down here, which we'll bring into Münster, so that they'll be ready. Oh, Canada's joined the Allies. So the list of our enemies is growing larger and larger. You're going to start doing some naval strikes over there daily, not continuous. I don't think we'll need to do that. There's going to be some fighters that they'll send out, but we should be alright. So, they want to sell us rare materials. I'm not going to supply or get convoys of that. Oh, and now the strategic bombing has started. They were bombing Leipzig. They did quite a bit of damage in there, actually. I don't think we'll be catching that one right now, but eventually, once they're done with Leipzig, they'll try to get in here, and that is where we'll break them. We could have some planes over here, but it's just a bit tricky area this right now, and of course it's not going to be lasting too long anyway. But yeah, the amount of bombing that they're doing over there is going to reduce our unity, which is certainly a problem. But right now, I think we'll be okay. Oh, air combat over Dortmund, there we go. They tried to bomb there. They actually did do some bombing there. Actually, a lot of bombing. But we did catch the planes at least. So that is going to give us a bit of a bonus there. And now we're going to start moving more of these troops. One of you is going to go to there anyway. You're going to go down there just to clean up the area. You're going to move it up that way. We can't actually move in there because there is enemy heavy cruisers up here right now. So those are going to be blocking our movement. Until they've left, we can't do much about it. But we'll be taking Aarhus and Frederikshavn and garrisoning those, and then we'll have some troops that are going to move into the islands here and take out Denmark. Of course, one thing that I could do is, first things first, let's move this over here. It's going to be aggressive movement. Or it's going to blockade the fort, or port rather. And now that the troops that were in here are now in... Why didn't you start moving? Oh, interesting. It doesn't want us, or it doesn't want the armored cars to move across, I guess. We've got ships over there guarding that. There is still ships in there. I might want to let these troops pass into the island before I dislodge the ships over there. So you're going to be going through there. I suppose you can just clean up those two. How about you go to Colding then, because you can't seem to be able to get across the island, into the island there. And hold on, that bombing was done in a few days ago. Okay, so they haven't actually engaged us again here. We are starting to get the tanks in now. That's good. This army definitely needs to move into... I think that's going to be in Krakow, actually. And we're going to move in the Harris Group A into Poznan. So it's a little bit closer. There's only 2 armies below that right now, but that's fine. Because we did get 1 division in there already. 3 divisions. The engineers are certainly going to get there, artillery is going to get there, the AA is going to get there. We are technically out of time for this episode. We're just going to complete the attack on Denmark real quick though. It shouldn't take too long. So I'm going to have 2 divisions here. I think we can start attacking on that one already. So Aarhus, or Aarhus. Yep, it's taking a lot of casualties there. Well, at least relatively much casualties. And then Copenhagen, once we get that, they are going to surrender. But we do need to take all the victory points, which is Copenhagen, Odense, and Aarhus. Because they got only 3 points and they got about 70 unity, if I remember correctly. But these are now moving. Hopefully they'll get there in time, actually. Or get there before the enemy ships try to go through or anything like that. Because they might try to do that. Although we are going to be winning that soon. But it is just a matter of time, really. And that's just going to be moving into the port there. So this war isn't going to last particularly long. That's not really what I expected from this anyway. Move that to Kiel, because that one's already beyond the reach. Won the battle in Aarhus. Are we going to get there in before the ships? Nope, the ships intercepted us a little bit. Okay, now we can start moving it. So it's actually the belts that is stopping the movement by the looks of it. So attacking over there. On that combat. And all these 3 are now moving in. It is going to take a few more... Well, it's just going to go on speed 4 right now. Because there's not much going on right now. Once we've done this, we'll have the troops ready to attack into Benelux in June, I think. Just going to move these troops over there. And take all these troops. Actually, also over there. So we'll have 10 divisions that are going to push through there. We've got the tank division over here. Actually, 2 tank divisions in here. One is going to go there, another one is going to go over here. Both are medium tanks, so these are going to be quite rough to fight against with just pure infantry. So I think those will be really instrumental in taking down Netherlands, and then later also... Oh crap, they've got something to stop us again. I really hate these things, sometimes. I mean, one thing that I suppose I could do, if nothing else works, just take this into Rostock. Take the transports into Rostock. Also, I believe we got a convoy still going in here that it's not really required anymore. I'm just going to cancel that one. But what I can do is I can do a landing over there and then just attack from that way. I can't move into that area either because they control Copenhagen. Port strike tactics advance, okay. Soviets cancel the trade. Let's have a quick look. It's a port strike. Oh, right, that's ahead of time. The port strike tactics is not ahead of time, actually. Very well, Rare materials, sure, I'll buy that. We got the naval bombers here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some port strikes there. We might be able to sink a ship or 2. At least we're certainly damaging it. Now they got 2 submarines there and they're taking massive casualties now. Also, oh, they got the ships over there. Right, that's probably what they were doing with the fleet. No, we still can't move in there. Bollocks. I think we just sank one of the submarines though. If we have a look at the sunk ships, which is going to be page 6, I believe. Denmark? Yep, we sank one of their submarines now. Not massive losses, but it's at least going to be slightly less annoying. Oh, you managed to take that, okay. Well, so you can play that game. New Zealand has joined the Axis. Oh, and there's air combat over there. Okay, we caught them at least. Are they going to have a bombing in here? Not necessarily. Oh, right, no, they were bombing Saarbrücken itself. We're bombing Copenhagen, and I believe we sank... Oh, they brought in more ships there now. We can't move there. Sometimes attacking Denmark is really annoying. Well, we got this in here. Can we actually... Invasion? There we go. We have started moving, but it's actually still got the delay there, so it's not moving in quite yet. So probably should have waited until the delay is gone. You are going to start doing some ground attack there for the month. So we can probably break that division entirely. That's their main headquarters, actually. So we can't fight there. Okay, so we had a battle in Aalborg. You can move in there. Has the combat started? Okay, now we started the combat over here. So we're doing a landing. We've got some bombing going, hopefully. So we should be able to do that. So when you start doing a landing, the division is not going to be there fully at first. So it takes a while for it to be there completely. And then it starts putting in the total values of the division there into the combat. Right, so this one, we don't have anyone for this. Okay, so do we want to attach more troops there? No, I think we want to get some more infantry on the western front right now. So we can get another corps, and this is going to be assigned under the Panzer Army for the time being. Later on, we'll probably switch it around. We'll have a bit in there, we can lower that. Italy wants to sell us some more rare materials, that's fine. So I believe this combat, with the bombing that we're doing, we should be perfectly fine. Still can't get across there, which is really annoying. Sometimes, actually, there might be something that we can do. If we move them back and forth, that might sometimes reset the things. Like, there are some bugs in this, believe it or not. Especially regarding to the Straits and that sort of stuff. Combat over Dortmund, we gave them hell, that's for sure. Just a little bit more, hopefully. Nope, it still doesn't allow us to go there. Bollocks. Oh, they got Zealand Division there. Naval Tactics, is that ahead of time? No, I don't think it is. Alright then, keep going. Down to 80% now. Slowly but surely. And we have bombed, probably, have we sank all the ships now? Yep. 2 heavy cruisers, a transport, and 2 submarines. I don't think they have fleet whatsoever. I suppose there might be some British submarines or something here still, causing problems. Okay, there we go. We did the landing. We just need to wait for a little bit before we can start attacking across. We still can't move. Slightly annoying. Okay, well. Luckily we go. Oh, right. I wanted to do the attack on. Okay. Well, this war in Denmark delayed us a lot, which is a bit unfortunate. But I think we can still do rather quick battle in France and Benelux later. So that's not the end of the war. We still got the Blitz and modifiers until February, I believe. So we'll be fine. Okay, now we're going to start attacking Copenhagen. There's only one division defending. It's the one that we just beat back. So actually, how about you start doing some ground attack into there. And we don't need to do the pole strike anymore. So we can take care of that division as quickly as possible. And therefore we can annex Denmark. So yeah, this didn't go all quite to the plan, but that's fine. There we go. We won the combat in Denmark, or Copenhagen rather. They're going to be retreating the troops in there, but now we go. So Denmark surrendered, and we're going to call the episode here. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.